think I'm there, you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, we were there a year ago.
Yeah. But should we say we're doing it and then do it?
Yeah, I think we should announce it so that way it's in stone, so
people know that we're doing it and can
tune in for our kick-ass final 18. Do
you want to do it at the end
episodes.
of this episode, the beginning?
I put it into the intro, but like the end of the intro.
Let's just do the intro. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Welcome to Namely 90s. Wow. The podcast that takes you back to the time before smartphones, Google, and Y2K. Join your hosts as they relive the pop culture that shaped a generation and the parts that many people wish they could forget. Listen in to the conversation about how the decade defined those who spent their childhood there and how it shaped them as adults. So, turn down the grunge and dial up the internet. Let's get started. It's time for Namely 90s.
That's right. You're listening to Namely 90s. My name's Andrew, and over there is Brandon.
That's me.
You can find us online at Namely 90s or on Instagram and Bluesky at Namely 90s. You can also find us on YouTube every Monday at youtube.com/@Namely 90s. And finally, if you'd like to support the show, think about heading over to our Patreon page, patreon.com/Namely 90s, also the 90s, and get signed up. One of our support levels. Maybe we'll go to Vegas yet.
Yes.
Final episode from Vegas.
Episode from Vegas?
Yeah. Question mark?
Wow, we're just skipping straight into that question mark?
Yes, apparently.
Okay. Well, I guess we were talking about it already before the episode started.
True.
Welcome to season 4. Last week, my friend Rachel...
5?
Season 4.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, 4.
This is year 5. We're in the middle of year 5.
We're almost to year 5. The anniversary.
You're correct. Okay, sorry.
That's right. You're right. It is the 4th season. You're correct.
Yeah. So season 1 was us doing the months out of the years. Season 2 was Season 2 was a deep dives variety show back and forth. Yeah. Season 3 was what we did last year, which was just kind of
just whatever that was.
Figure out what we're doing each week. Towards the end, it was right at the beginning of the episode. Season 4, which I think we're about to announce is our final season of Namely 90s.
It is, yeah. Truncated season, in fact.
Truncated season running from now until the 5-year anniversary at the end of May, which leaves us 18 episodes between now and the final... Is it even an episode? It's just a recap episode. It'll be a celebration
the final
of all
clip
things,
show.
Yeah, a celebration of all things Namely 90s. That one might be a big one, depending on how long Andrew can stand on his feet for.
Yeah, exactly. And also, these are the passion episodes. This is the passion season. You know, like things we really, hard-hitting topics we want to talk about that we already talked about probably 3 times.
Yeah.
Already.
Yeah. But I, for me at least, I've gone back and searched to see if I've done like a full deep dive episode or not, and I haven't. So yeah, this will be fun.
Yeah. So join us for the ride as we finish out 5 years of releasing a podcast every Monday, and actually
every Monday, not missing a Monday.
Didn't I? Last week was the first week I've ever been absent.
For an official episode, yes. You missed 2 of the Christmas specials. Not this past year because we only did 2, but the year before.
Yeah, shout out to Rachel for jumping in. We had a long drive across the state and then a lot of stuff going on when I got home, and it just wasn't really appropriate timing for recording. So apologies for that.
I wasn't expecting you to actually listen to last week's episode, so I may have taken some pot shots. Okay.
I listened briefly. I did hear that. Then I turned it over to 2001 Loveline, if that tells you how entertaining I found it. No, it's okay. I'm sorry that I missed it.
No, it's not a problem. You could even consider it a special since it was a episode on did Golden Globes. I think we did the Golden Globes. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I talked about how Nikki Glaser, I don't know who that is. Still don't know who that is, but her monologue was pretty goddamn funny.
I followed her for like maybe a couple years on social media. She's entertaining.
What is she famous for, though? Is she just a stand-up?
She's just a stand-up, yeah.
Oh.
I think she started gaining popularity during like a Comedy Central roast or two.
I see.
Or at least mainstream popularity. I didn't know she was big enough to host the Golden Globes, though.
Well, she kind of killed it. Shouldn't have made fun of her. Also, thoughts, prayers, and buckets of water to Los Angeles. That's a hot mess, so to speak. Sorry, that was not meant to be a joke. Ugh.
Yeah, my cousin lives in Altadena.
Oh dear.
Her and her family.
We have family in the La Cañada Flint Ridge area, which is just adjacent.
Last time I checked in, their house was still standing, even though it was in an evacuation zone.
Wow.
But slightly worried because the barricades got a little bit better since they were able to get back in on whichever day that was, and haven't heard anything since.
My coworker's grandmother lost her house in the Palisades during this fire, unfortunately. So.
And while we personally don't have any links to how to help and how to donate to those.
Yeah, although a bunch of fire departments from up here went down. I was actually driving to work the other day and I saw a convoy from the South Whatcom fire heading down I-5. So that's pretty cool.
Nice, yeah.
Bring some of our Washington water, even though that's not how that works. Throw it at the fire.
Not to get political here, but I saw there was a South African firefighting team coming through, and
they're here to take our jobs.
Some Mexican firefighting teams coming up from the South. Yeah, it's very like
okay. I like you say. I hate to make it political, but someone already did. So
yeah, that's fair.
And I've just been listening to the song Los Angeles is Burning on repeat, which is, by the way, not a song about Los Angeles being on fire, even though it's like literally
it is. Yeah.
But no, it's I think the media and all that. But
yeah.
Anywho.
But if you take it literally, it's very on the nose of what literally is happening right now.
And it's not a new thing.
Right.
Let's see what else. I watched the first 2 episodes of The Pit, which is a reboot, reimagination of ER.
Okay.
And the first half of the first episode, I was just kind of like, it suffers from that thing. You know how there's like that situation where in the 80s, like audio sounded kind of disembodied from like the video. It was like a little off. In this, it felt almost like, I know it wasn't. Maybe it's the quality of the microphones, but it felt like we were in a studio doing a voiceover over the video, but it was like supposed to be in a busy ER. Like there wasn't enough background noise and there wasn't any like acoustics. It was just like very.
Do you think they like did post like recording and
no? I just think they have like really good
microphones,
like mics now. That cancel noise and all this stuff, or maybe it's just not noisy enough in the background. So like. You lose some of the sense of the chaos going on in the background of a busy ER, but I think it's pretty good. I couldn't stop watching it. Yeah, I couldn't look away. Yeah, I couldn't look away from it, which is good. Some of the acting is a little suspect, and it's like people you've never heard of, so it's kind of expected. But for the most part,
Noah Wiley guy,
it's pretty good. Yeah. So I would watch again.
Okay. Speaking of which, I thought of you over the holidays because for some reason one of my aunts put on ER during the day while we were sitting there, and I was like,
weird choice, but
yeah. Well, I looked up and I was like, I've seen this episode before, and I think it was it's the one. Have we watched 2 for the show, or have we watched one?
I thought we were supposed to one with Kirsten Dunst. On Christmas.
Yes, fair.
Which episode did you watch?
It's one of the other Christmas episodes where the guy kills himself. Or it might not have been Christmas, but it's around Christmas.
Oh, the guy, Omar Epps from House, playing Dennis Gant, the I think 2nd or 3rd year surgical resident who possibly jumps or is pushed or falls in front of a train.
Yeah.
Which I was falling asleep the other night and Caleb put on Grey's Anatomy, and there's this sequence where like George O'Malley says he's going to join the army and then he like disappears and they can't find him. Meanwhile, they're like working on this guy who got hit by a train, and it ends up they find out at the end of the episode did its George O'Malley. I was like, oh, ER did that.
Yeah.
I was like, knock it off.
So Grey's Anatomy now comes with the beginning where it's not based on true events. It's based off of other medical dramas.
Yeah. Not inspired by other true events.
Next time it's going to be lupus.
But I will say that this new show, it's nice because they can just curse indiscriminately and they can show much more graphic replications of the injuries versus like primetime or 10 o'clock NBC, but you have a lot more leeway. So there's a lot of F words, which are fun.
Is it only on a streaming service? I thought it's on Max.
My only gripe though is that supposedly only 2 hours have gone by because it's like one of those shows where each episode is an hour
in real time.
Ain't no way all this character development and like interpersonal conflict with people who are brand new to the ER and never met before is happening in 2 hours. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, would watch it.
When does Jack Bauer run through the background?
Yeah, he just goes, "Where's the bomb?"
And it's just like a subplot that just
and then Jack Bauer recovers from heroin addiction in 3 hours. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Anyway.
Speaking of weird crossovers, it feels like the 90s right now. Abbott Elementary, which is I believe the most popular sitcom on television right now, or at least on network. It crossed over with It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
I understand that's true. And what do they have in common? They're both in Philadelphia. I'm assuming.
Yeah, I was gonna say, that's literally the only thing. But it looked like it was funny. I haven't watched.
Well, that's funny. Like there was one time where ER crossed over with First Watch, but First Watch, I believe, takes place in New York. So the only thing that those shows had in common is that they were on NBC. And then like, for some reason, one of the characters from ER had to like fly to New York to be on First Watch. It was like the stupidest thing.
I mean, that was like the Frasier episode or the Cheers episodes of Wings, where it's like, oh, Norm and Cliff are flying to the small, tiny island that Wings takes place on.
Because if they're flying through an airport, there would never be a connecting airport for anything.
Yeah.
Like
Frasier's doing a seminar in the ballroom at the airport.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, George Clooney and Noah Wiley show up on Friends.
Yeah, on Friends. They don't play their characters though. It's not like a full on crossover. It's like a fun cameo.
Wink. Yeah. Also, Home Improvement's coming to Netflix at the end of the month. And apparently this is a 2000 show. But Malcolm in the Middle is getting a sequel series on Disney Plus.
That's my understanding. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. We're up to speed. Speaking of getting up to speed, we're known for always being late. Taco Bell introduced their Decades menu in October. Andrew had this brilliant idea a month ago to try the 90s contribution to their Decades menu.
It's going to speed up your bowel, that's for sure.
Absolutely. Here's the press release. Friends, wow. I have something on the mind. Fans have been creating and sharing Taco Bell memories for decades. Everything from nerve-wracking first dates, taco-centric graduation photo shoots, and big birthday bashes. No. Yeah, I don't think so. All starting with a trip to the nearest Taco Bell. This fall, the brand is celebrating a fandom that has spanned generations by bringing back a taste of the most mouth-watering hits across the first 50 years of its history, including the 60s tostada, 70s green sauce burrito, 80s Mexi Melt, 90s gordita, and available starting October 31st, and the Otts icon caramel apple empanada available starting November 21st. Wow, I think we're ending this just in time. I've gotten late onset word that I don't remember. Bulimia, anorexia, dysphagia.
Dysphagia. Good word. Okay, I just have to pause here and say
dyslexia.
If your nerves are racked and you're about to go on a first date, there's nothing I can advise less than stopping at Taco Bell before your date. You're gonna shit your pants. It's ridiculous. No one's taking graduation photos with tacos in them, I imagine. And also a birthday bash. You don't start at Taco Bell. You end at Taco Bell, and then you go home and go immediately to the bathroom.
The only thing I could think of is you could get married at the Taco Bell in Las Vegas.
I'm going to take my microphone into the bathroom after we eat this Taco Bell.
probably a good idea. And yes, for those of you listening on audio, Andrew has just done this entire episode from the bathroom, and as you can see over my shoulder, so have I.
Not to mention old cold Taco Bell. Oof.
Yeah. Well, I'll be up front. I bought 2, ate one when I bought the rest of the Taco Bell, and now I'll be having it again.
You gonna get like air fry it or microwave it, or just go for it?
I'm just gonna
raw
go
dog
for it.
Yeah,
raw dog it. To celebrate the launch of the Decades menu, Taco Bell is helping fans channel their favorite Taco Bell's era with the limited edition stainless steel. Okay, don't even care about that. And then their description for the 90s Gordita Supreme is the ultimate 90s kid. The beef Gordita Supreme returns for $2.99. Honestly, that's the best thing about this menu is that like cheesy Gordita Crunch here was like $5.69 and this was $2.99.
Right.
Featuring a pilly warm flatbread filled with savory seasoned beef, cool reduced fat sour cream, crisp lettuce, blend of 3 cheeses, mozzarella, cheddar, and Monterey Jack, and topped with diced tomatoes.
By the way, that is, I mean, other than the fact that it's not a fried shell, it's just a warmed shell. Is it not just Supreme. A Chalupa Supreme?
Correct. And I've collected some reviews across Reddit or some more information across Reddit, but maybe we should just bite into it, give our first thoughts first, and then go into it.
All right, let me I gotta step back and get that out of my bag.
All right.
I'm only repping the Kraken tonight, even though they're just a god-awful team this year.
They won.
Yeah.
Like
after
6-2.
losing 2 miserably. Oh, that is ice cold. Ooh.
You got it like, oh, I guess it took us a little while to set up.
I'm in my garage.
Ice cold. Yo, what's the...
It's as cold as ice.
No, it's a 2000 song. I want to say Black Eyed Peas. No. Hey, where they're like... Something ice cold.
This is
why we also can't do a 2000s podcast.
Okay. I'm going in. I'm going.
He's going in. Oh yeah, Andrew's eating his first bite of the Gordita Supreme.
It's an ASMR podcast. We don't do this often because we sound disgusting.
Yeah, this is an ASMR meets mukbang.
Yeah, mukbang. That's exactly right. That's where I live. I mean, I do love the sour cream. I'm all about the sour cream. Didn't you say you're not a huge sour cream person?
No, I like sour cream. I prefer their Baja sauce though.
I'm dropping that all over the floor.
Which I think is on the cheesy Gordita Crunch, but I believe was introduced for the Baja Gordita. I put some hot sauce on mine.
Actually, this isn't bad cold.
But honestly, the Gordita itself was cold to begin with because I had it fresh. Yeah, I believe that's one of the complaints that people are saying.
I'm not a big Adam Carolla fan nowadays. And he said something. I'm listening to Loveline. He said he went off about all the sour cream on Mexican food. I was like, I'm sorry, I cannot agree with you on that. Like, I know it's a very American thing to do. God, I love sour cream. You just can't beat it.
Well, Mexican cuisine, don't they have like their own like crema or something that's like that is sour cream, but it's like slightly different?
It's like a little looser, I think. A little less sour. Well,
it's like a soft taco supreme.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's less greasy than a chalupa.
Yeah. Honestly, I would prefer a cheesy Gordita Crunch to this.
Yeah.
Except this is half the price.
You need the textural note. But
at half the price, this is worth
it. The chalupa can't find its identity other than as a chalupa, but it's like, it's not really crispy. It's not really soft. It's kind of chewy in a bad way sometimes, depending on when you get it. So this is like eating a pita. By the way, I don't think there's any actual Mexican bread like this that you would actually use to make any sort of taco?
No. I believe that is Gordita a Mexican
probably
thing? I think I've seen it before on a menu, but it's like nothing like what Taco Bell makes. Yeah,
it just means
it is
chubby.
It's made with masa and stuff with cheese.
I don't think this is masa.
It's similar to a Colombian or Venezuelan arapa.
I will say the bread is so soft; it's really tender.
Yeah, I mean that's why I like it on the cheesy gordita crunch, because there's that nice soft pillowy texture to it. While you're enjoying it, here's some thoughts. Well, first from the Taco Bell wiki, the Gordita Supreme was originally on the menu from 1998 to around 2001. It contained beef, lettuce, tomatoes, sour cream, and a 3-cheese blend on a pita bread gordita shell. And then from r/Taco Bell on Reddit, someone said that you can just order the Chalupa Supreme, not fried, and it's the same thing. And that's a Taco Bell employee, not some random whack job on r/Taco Bell.
Well, like how this is supposed to be the iconic thing from the 90s. It was around from 98 to 2001, and they obviously got rid of it because it wasn't popular or good.
Right.
It's not iconic.
And so here's the thing. There were 3 types of gorditas during this original run: the Gordita Supreme, the Gordita Fiesta, and the Gordita Santa Fe. The Fiesta was meat, lettuce, pico de gallo, and a 3-cheese blend, which was eventually replaced by the Gordita Baja, which was the same thing with Baja sauce added to it. The Supreme is what we just had, and but they used to warm the flatbread on all of the gorditas for 15 seconds per side so that it had, I believe it's stiffened up a little bit to be a little bit less soggy. And,
I would have liked this with more to it, like with the Fiesta or the Baja one.
The Santa Fe had a salsa, and yeah.
Isn't it funny how we talk in so much detail about this, and literally everything there is just the same ingredients in a slightly different wrapper.
I think that's the thing for this one. They're like, oh, hey, we can make something from the 90s, but let's not like make something dedicated. Let's just see what we can make with ingredients we already have on hand.
And you could have gotten it already anyway since 2001.
Yes.
This, to be fair, it's just like Italian food. Every Italian food, American Italian food, is just red sauce and pasta of some kind with cheese.
True.
And Richard Hammond describes Mexican food, which I'm going to say like anglicized Mexican food is just a plate of sick with cheese on it. And that's not wrong either. But like actual Italian food, actually Mexican food, depending on the region, is like fresh and local and delicious and, you know, al fresco or whatever else.
Yeah. But, you know, anglicized or Americanized, it's all just slop. So, yeah. How do you rate the Gordita Supreme?
Well, I didn't have hot sauce, which is a real detriment.
Did they not give it to you?
I just didn't get
for
it.
it?
Because I didn't think I could stand here and put it on there very well.
Fair.
The bread is nice and soft. That was a nice surprise.
That's what they said.
The sour cream is always a hit. Anytime I hear the word Supreme, like Supreme Court, I just imagine a regular court with sour cream on it.
To be fair, you said that within the last month.
Did I?
On this podcast.
Love the sour cream. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty good. I think it's inexpensive. That's nice.
Yeah. So I didn't think about the price because I purchased a couple other things from Taco Bell today, and I was surprised at how expensive they are now. The fact that this was $2.99 for what you get in things that are $5-6 at Taco Bell.
Yeah, it's a bargain.
It is a bargain. So clearly it's not going to stay on the menu for long. But even then, yeah, it was better than I thought it would be. But it's really sad for what it is. Like, this was the 90s choice. They could have brought back a bunch of better things.
Yeah. And to be honest, I want to try the Mexi Melt the green sauce burrito. Those sound good.
I was going to try the green sauce burrito, but I noticed that it's just green sauce, onions, and beans.
The thing that concerns me is that the luscious
cheese.
burrito is filled with savory refried beans, crunchy onions, shredded cheddar cheese. To me, that meant crispy onions. No.
Crunchy.
No. Raw white onion.
Mm-hmm.
Which I prefer to raw yellow onion. Yellow onion's a bit stronger.
Yeah, true. Yellow onions the way to go. Sweet onions if you can find them, which is, I believe, a yellow onion.
No, I like straight up white onion. I feel like that's the Mexican sort of bent.
Oh yeah, yes.
Yeah, I love that
because it's potent, picante.
Muy picante.
Actually, I wanted to try the Otts caramel apple.
Oh yeah, I
empanada,
haven't tried that.
because I remember it being good.
Porque es muy rápido.
Muy. That's fast.
We just watched that
Fast
episode.
through the bowels.
No, it's from The Office.
Oh,
The one where they're loading the trucks, and it's Senor Lodenstein, and then they ask why it's called Senor Lodenstein, and Jim goes, "Porque es muy rápido." I think that's what he says.
The Office.
Yeah,
we could do a Office watch recap show
for the 90s. It's the end of the podcast. We do what we want.
Yeah,
and I did forget to say, by the way, yes, it's the end of Namely 90s, but I would not expect us to disappear forever.
Absolutely not.
Let's just put it that way.
And maybe even more podcasts coming to the Namely Network.
Yeah.
The network that we were going to start for the last 3 years and still haven't done it.
Yeah, true.
But still, who knows? Yeah. So now it's time to toss over to me for the Namely 90s minute that we stopped doing halfway through last year.
Taco Bell is the chief marketing officer. Basically, imagine your job is selling diarrhea to people. And it works. They're successful.
It works. Mostly drunk people, though. They're also rebooting Scrubs.
I saw that. And by rebooting, you mean actually having the original cast members on it.
Yes, instead of making a medical school drama the year after they had the finale. Going on the Taco Bell theme, I thought we'd take this BuzzFeed quiz that...
Oh, we didn't need to do it now back to the show because you're not actually doing the thing. Right.
Oh. Sorry, do you not want that in what we were talking
I don't care.
In the episode?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Go for it.
I don't think we said anything.
And now, still with the show?
Yeah, I guess if you're watching this on YouTube, that's if I was nice enough to place the ads in the middle of the episode, that's where it would have been. Or if you were listening on Buzzsprout or on a podcast app, that's where the mid-episode
FeedSprout
ads go. And yeah, who knows? Maybe if you're listening to this in the future when we're using a much cheaper host to host all of these episodes, you just heard an ad that keeps this show alive.
Yeah.
And living on the internet. But yeah, this BuzzFeed quiz is called "We Know If You're a Child, Teen, Adult, or Elder," based solely on the food you order from Taco Bell. And this was from 2000.
This is going to be stupid because like the food I order from Taco Bell right now is the food that Taco Bell currently has.
True. This is from Brooks Spyler 1, community contributor, and improved and edited by the BuzzFeed community team. Subtitled "Loaded Nacho Tacos are for cool teens only." So this was during the pandemic too. So choices are going to be a little weird, methinks.
By the way, this indigestion is brought to you by Taco Bell.
Yes. If you're listening to this on Monday, when this episode first released, Andrew and I are both currently in the bathroom.
Then the bad thing is I think my in-laws have that norovirus thing now. Just got it tonight. So now I'm like, is it the Taco Bell or is it...
Yes. Hopefully you can blame it on the Taco Bell.
Or is it the thing that makes everyone have to crap into a garbage bag on a cruise and leave it in the hallway until they get back to land?
That's oddly specific, even though a lot of people do. That
literally happened.
Yes.
All right, anyway.
And they call that how Taco Bell is formed.
Yeah. Anyway, so what's the first one?
Pick a taco. We have the Bacon Club Chalupa, the
Which
Crunchy
is not
Taco.
A taco. Crunchy Taco.
Soft Taco or Loaded Nacho Taco.
I'm going to Crunchy Taco. There's no Crunchy Taco Supreme, but I figure that's just the gateway taco.
Mhm.
So crunchy.
I think I'm gonna go not a taco on this and do bacon club chalupa.
Have you had that one? I've never had that.
I think I had it when it came out. Even though I don't recall it having chicken, but it was good.
Oh my gosh.
That green sauce was nice. Also, the subtitle said loaded nacho tacos are for cool teens only. So
okay,
I'm just listening to
pick another taco. Crunchy Taco Supreme, nacho cheese Doritos Locos tacos, Chalupa Supreme, or soft taco Supreme.
Ooh, they're all Supreme. Why not Supreme Doritos Tacos Loco?
I know.
I'm gonna go the Doritos Tacos Loco.
Oh man.
And I think we could double up on this because it's trying to guess our age. So
no, I know. I just chose Crunchy Taco because Supreme wasn't listed, but I would still probably go Supreme.
You can always go back and change your first answer.
No, I wouldn't though.
Okay, you would have a plain taco and a Crunchy Taco Supreme.
Yep.
Okay. Pick a burrito: beefy 5-layer burrito Supreme, the quesarito, or the bean burrito.
Man, you know what I like? I like the spicy bean and cheese.
Okay.
They don't have it.
They might have it later on.
I would go with the beefy 5-layer. My gripe with the burrito Supreme is they're always cold.
Especially from the cold ingredients they put in half of it.
And wrapped badly. Beefy 5-layer.
My go-to is always the quesarito, especially during the time that this quiz was put out.
Okay. There's a limit on how much cheese I can eat.
Fair. Not for me. Well, I probably should, but I don't live with my wife anymore.
Pick something cheesy. Chips and nacho cheese sauce. Nacho fries. Nachos Bel Grande or nacho fries Bel Grande.
Okay. So I do like the nacho fries. I have enjoyed the nacho fries Bel Grande. But nacho fries aren't always around. And the nachos Bel Grande usually is, even though they've gotten rid of it in like the last year or something else. Nachos Bel Grande. That's a $5 thing that I always add to my order.
The nachos Bel Grande are good. The only downside to that is like everything else, like the dog sick is contained, so you can't visibly see it. It just looks like a plate of dog sick. So for that reason, I'm a purist of the chips and nacho cheese sauce. Give me 3 or 4 of those orders. For God's sake, it's so good. But I like that plastic cheese sauce from like Auntie Anne's for the pretzels. And
and it comes with the nacho fries, but their chips are always so stale, even on the nachos Bel Grande.
I like the stale chips. It's like a flavor for me. It's a flavor profile. Okay, you gotta go next.
Pick a quesadilla. Chicken quesadilla, cheese quesadilla, black bean quesarito, which is not a quesadilla, or a steak quesadilla.
I like a steak quesadilla. I don't order a lot of cheese food because I'm already about to have diarrhea. I don't need to have like cheese diarrhea. So I'm gonna go steak though.
I like the steak quesadilla. I also do like the black bean quesarito sometimes because it's for some reason not cheaper than the meat quesarito, but I feel like slightly healthier with my bag full of sick. But I'm gonna go steak quesadilla as well.
All right. Pick a specialty item: the cheesy roll up, the power menu bowl, the black bean chalupa, or the Crunchwrap Supreme.
Crunchwrap Supreme.
Yeah, I go ham on a Crunchwrap Supreme. I make them at home. Love those. So good.
They should have been cheesy fiesta potatoes on here. That's the item that you want.
All right, go.
Pick a side. Cinnamon twists, black beans, Cinnabon delights, or the black beans and rice. I can't implore you enough to realize the fact that cinnamon twists and Cinnabon delights are not a side to your food. They are a dessert. Dessert.
The Cinnabon delights are a little jizzy for my taste. It's the cinnamon twist. I just ordered some, actually waiting in my bag for me. Why are these the sides?
They're going to be so cold. Yeah. I know the specialty item I said cheesy fiesta potatoes, but it is technically a side. That should have been in here. What is wrong with these people? I like the Jizzy Cinnabon Delights, even though I've never had them. The cinnamon twists are always like
Stale.
the chips stale.
Yep. Love it.
Pick sauce. Diablo, hot, fire, or mild.
I'm a hot sauce person.
Same. The reason why I used to do fire and Diablo because, you know, when you're young, you're like, oh, I can do anything spicy. But then I started looking at the ingredients in the fire and the Diablo. The hot sauce is the only one that's not like additive crap.
It's not all poison.
Yeah, it's the purest of the hot sauce.
Isn't the mild a green sauce, or is it?
No, there's an avocado sauce.
I like a tomatillo sauce. Man, that's good. All right, so next one. Pick a freeze: the blue raspberry freeze, midnight berry, wild strawberry, or Mountain Dew Baja Blast.
Gotta be Baja Blast, bro.
Yeah, I know we're the same, but I'm going Baja Blast. So good.
I recall the midnight berry being good, but I don't think I've ever had a freeze. Every time I try to get one, I try to get the Baja Blast and they're out of Baja Blast. Pick a drink. Baja Blast. Mountain Dew Kickstart Orange Citrus. Jesus. Brisk Mango Fiesta or Gatorade Fruit Punch.
Baja Blast. Sorry.
Baja Blast.
Boring.
No. Yeah.
But it's us. And finally, pick an breakfast item. The breakfast crunch wrap, the grande toasted breakfast burrito steak, the cheesy toasted breakfast burrito, or the hash brown.
I'm an advocate of the breakfast crunch wrap with the sausage.
And I actually like the steak burrito. I've had it. It's pretty tasty.
Nice. I'm angry with this result.
Based on your... Adult. Based on your Taco Bell order, it's clear that you're an adult. You don't like to change up your order very often because you like stability in your life. You're probably all about that Crunchwrap Supreme. I think I said that. Brendan got elderly person because he wants the black coffee with fish at 4 p.m.
Even worse. So the 4 options were child, teen, adult, or elder.
Child.
I got teen.
Oh, no.
Based on your Taco Bell order, it seems like you're a teen. You know, there's nothing better than Doritos, Tacos Loco, and a Baja Blast. You're all about trying the trendiest menu items. I didn't choose the freaking nacho fries, and I didn't do the stupid loaded nacho taco. These are staple menu items now.
You got the Tide Pod Gordita Supreme.
Yes.
It's mostly detergent.
These I picked all staple menu items except for the quesarito.
Exactly.
The quesarito's not going.
Well, there you have it, folks. Brandon's a teen.
So angry I don't want to do the outro.
And that's it for this week's edition of Namely 90s. Remember, you can find us online.
You can find new episodes out every Monday for the next 19 weeks. Find us on Instagram, Bluesky, and YouTube at Namely90s with 90s, and tell us what you want us to talk about on future episodes. I can't believe you went into your intro. If you'd like to support the show, please check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Namely90s, also 90s. Send us to Vegas for our final episode.
That would be a coup, by the way, if we could pull that off.
Right. And finally, you can contact us through our website, Namely90s.com. Please subscribe to us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube, Audible, Taco Bell Diarrhea, Pocket Cast, CastBox, and iHeart, Good Pods, and wherever you get your podcasts from. I'm Brandon. That's Andrew, and we'll catch you next time. Insert farting noise.